Let's get it. Heart throb never. The disrespect of music artists. This topic is very important to me for obvious reasons. Because music is so important. It's the foundation of everything we do. Almost every industry uses music to enhance their products, from film, commercials, social media, video games, AI, VR, AR, MR, sports, comedy, all of that. Everybody uses music to enhance their day-to-day life. Things like getting dressed, going to work, working out, doing repetitive work at like factories and jobs and stuff, studying, for personal motivation, love making, expressing your feelings for things that you don't know how to say, stress relief, all that stuff. And all the different genres and styles of music serve so many different purposes for us. From classical, jazz, blues, R&B, rock, country, pop, hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. It's damn near impossible to go through, day-to-day life and there's no music, and this is for everybody. And we look at the different decades of music in modern times, the 1900s, the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020, and we in 2024 and still going. And on top of all those decades of music that we have the ability to listen to all of these decades of music and the artists and composers that created it. The newer artists, they get the chance to listen to the older stuff and get inspired to write new stuff. And this is how music has been done for the longest, and it worked fine. But now, modern time, everything has changed. The newer artists and the newer listeners don't even know about the older artists or the legacy artists. And they don't care. And they have no respect for these legacy artists. And since they don't have no respect for the older artists, it's causing a disrespect for the music altogether. The fact that you could have Method Man and Redman perform at Summer Jam, and the audience acted like they wasn't even moved by these rap juggernauts. It's so fucking disrespectful, man. I mean, first off, Method Man by itself would, he would destroy damn near all of the newer artists lyrically. And it ain't too many, newer artists that can lyrically touch or bring the type of energy the Redman bring. You know what I'm saying? And in light of all that, people will say the older artists are, they hating on the younger artists, but, that's not true. It's just that they see there's a deliberate effort to erase and send into obsolescence the legacy artists. But at the same time, there's a deliberate effort to boost and magnify these new artists, which quite frankly, a lot of them are just whack. Yet, they making all this money from songs that people ain't even heard of, nor do they know who the artist is. These newer artists, they making so much money. That's not a problem. Get your money. But we still trying to figure out how you making this money and nobody even heard of you. We never even heard of the song. And Meth said that in an interview, and he ain't lying, that I was saying that before I heard that interview. So, when the older artists were doing their thing, before, present day, there was no internet, no social media, none of that. But these artists were selling millions of records with none of the tools that newer, inferior artists have at they, disposal. It's crazy. I almost feel like the industry is purposely erasing the greatness of these older artists to kill their record sales. That's what I feel like. Almost like they know the newer artists can't compete with the artistry and the skills of these older artists. And why would they be able to compete with the older artists? I mean, the older artists have more, they've had more time to get better in every way. Plus they got more life experience to pull from to make the songs. It's just me, I'm a little conspiratorial at times, But then to add more disrespect, you have the streaming services disrespecting both the new artists and the older artists by having the nerve to pay these artists and these musicians pennies, paying them pennies through these streaming platforms. Like real talk, like think about it. If you go to work at a minimum wage job, you'll at least make between $8 to $10 an hour, depending on where you live. You can make at least a few dollars an hour working a minimum wage job. But for a musician and an artist, they have the nerve to tell these artists, they have the nerve to tell them that their song is only worth 50 to 99 cents. Think about that. The minimum wage worker gets a minimum wage per hour. But a musician that spends hours and days creating and preparing a song for release to the public makes only 99 cents per song. This shit is disrespectful, man. And since the industry and the listeners are being so disrespectful, I feel like the musicians and the artists should just stop putting their music up for free consumption. Take all this shit offline. Then what? You'll still have music to listen to, but you're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay a respectful wage to the current artists and their families, for the artists that have passed on and left their catalogs behind. Everybody wants the artist creation and work for free. The disrespect is unparalleled. Like seriously, think about it. Like people want Prince's music, Michael Jackson music, the Beatles, Gershwin, Stevie Wonder, Fleetwood Mac, Steely Dan, Jodeci, Babyface, Wu-Tang, Jay, Nas, Brandy, Beyonce, Monica, Christina Aguilera, Celine Dion. Everybody want all of this music for free. People sitting around talking about how much they love these artists and how much they love these songs, but won't pay 99 cents for a song that they play all the time. Disrespectful, man. And that we could have these great artists perform and these newer listeners and newer artists don't even know that most of the songs that they had placed for them are using elements and samples from songs that the very people they sitting there looking like, what the fuck you doing on stage for? A lot of this shit is sampled from these older artists. I feel like the industry is doing that. I think they doing that shit purposely to kill their royalties. Because it makes no sense. And then specifically with hip hop, it's like hip hop, and I'm not, the creator of this concept, but it's like hip hop is the only genre that has an age on it. Like you reach a certain age and then you can't rap no more. It's the funniest shit. You disrespectful niggas. You don't deserve those artists, man. I'm out. Hard Throb never.